coming attack of a bunch of goblins. After beating those goblins, our intrepid bard, the intrepid gnome bard, manages to pick up a strange artifact that, through his knowledge of Arcana, learned that it was a fire gem.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, very strange for
I need to add that.
a rough and tumble group of goblins to have on their person. After the gnome bard put the gem away, shut the fuck up. After the gnome bard put the gem away, the half-elf ranger who stayed to fight found a trail leading west towards the mountains along the Sword Coast. Thorval and Adrian found themselves walking up to the entrance of the cave, real stealthy-like, and heard what sounded like a large group of life forms, most likely more goblins, coming from the cave. So you all decided to set up camp right outside the entrance of the cave and keep watch. So overnight, you had some scouts set up and keep watch on the entrance. Whoever was keeping watch, it really doesn't matter, noticed that there would be groups of goblins entering and leaving the cave during the night. It is now morning, and you all wake from consciousness and start gathering your things together and notice that there seems to be a member of your group missing. You look around and notice that the gnome bard is nowhere to be found. So your gnome bard is missing.
Gnome wizard, or
Yeah, you're just confusing the shit out of me right now.
Gnome wizard. Sorry.
Okay, that would have made more sense.
Your gnome
and I wouldn't
wizard.
have interrupted you.
Your gnome wizard
Okay,
is nowhere to be found.
so I am
You're not
assuming,
Snitch, so shut
and
the
I
fuck
will.
up.
That's what I was asking.
You're not here. Shut the fuck up.
You are a terrible DM.
You're a
I am
terrible
trying
douche.
to confirm things. You are just denying me
What are you trying to confirm?
that I'm not in this.
You are
I
not
want
here.
confirmation. Okay.
The group
That's
wakes
all
up
I was going to ask.
and Alistair seems to be missing.
okay, and
That's what I'm asking you. The gnome wizard's gone.
Oh,
You
we're
guys
starting.
did it.
Okay.
I don't care.
Thanks.
I'm gonna
I play
look around
character,
for
okay?
tracks or anything, any signs where he went.
Go ahead and roll a survival check.
Yeah, that's not happening.
You roll.
3 plus 5. 8.
You go over to where he was sleeping, and you notice that, there's the kind of impression where he would have set up his sleeping bag. And you notice that very recently it seemed to have been rolled up and set aside. His sleeping bag's still there. However, you see that there are tracks leading off into the woods. Away from the opening of the cave.
Alright, so it sounds like he said fuck this shit, I'm out. Do we want to look around anymore? Anyone at all?
I can't even have input in this discussion.
Yeah. It's just, there's...
Can't see me, my time is now.
Mom rolled a 19 on survival, if that makes a difference.
But you just know that his tracks start leading, heading off into the woods.
Okay.
Do we want to go that way and see if we can find him?
We have no ties to him. If he wants to leave, that's his own prerogative. I'm not going to waste my time going after him.
Okay. I accept that. Then towards the cave.
Alright!
I know Jesse had something set up for that. Now we're just like, fuck it. Thank you.
Well, that happened.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
What, are we supposed to just be like, oh no, the stranger ran away, we have to go babysit him and bring him
Just
back?
Planning for a whole thing.
No, that's your prerogative.
To be
Alright.
to be quite fair, he took out 6 goblins at once. I think he's fine.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
all there.
then you guys are deciding what you want to do. So you say fuck
I
it.
mean, we have a choice. We can either
You're going
check
to the
out this
cave.
cave that we're next to, or we can just leave the cave behind and start heading towards Neverwinter, which, may I say, was our original destination.
I mean, I feel like we should.
Personally, I don't care.
I feel like we should investigate the cave.
Then we investigate the cave.
Alright. So you approach the, so who all's, what's your marching order here?
I will be at the rear.
Well, first off, how big is the cave, and like where are we starting at
Oh.
right now?
The cave, you made camp about, 60 feet away from the camp entrance in a group of brush so that, things coming out of the cave, don't notice you. As you get closer to the cave, the entrance, I would say, is probably about 30 feet in diameter, but half of it is taken up, or about a third of it, you notice the river that you crossed leads into this cave.
Okay.
Alright, well,
So, where do we want to start? Like, where exactly should our pieces be starting right now?
If you don't worry
That's
about the
real
board.
question.
Don't even look about the board. Use your imagination.
Well,
Or does it
how
exist at the moment?
how wide is the entrance to the cave?
I told you, it's 30 feet in diameter.
30 feet in diameter? I mean, fuck, we can walk in, like, 2 in the front, 2 behind, if we want to, and then somebody guarding up the rear. Doesn't really matter which order. We probably should have
Well, you
the
guys have
paladin.
to describe to me how you're moving towards this cave, who's moving towards this cave, and whether or
Okay,
not
so-
you're trying to be stealthy.
Okay, so I look to everyone and I say, I suggest the monk and the paladin goes first, followed by me and the ranger, and then, yeah, that's my suggestion.
The monk chimes in. So we're not trying to stealth our way in? Just going in guns
That's up
blazing?
to you guys. I'm just letting you guys know the order.
if we're gonna try
I
to stealth
think
our
we
way
can.
in, I can maybe take one person up just to the mouth, look in, see if we can see anything.
I'm not opposed to stealthing. I'm no stranger to that.
But the paladin cannot come with us while we're stealthing.
I mean, that's. I guess me and you could check out the cave before we decided to do anything. I guess we don't all have to go all at once.
Alright, we'll go with that. Off we go.
Alright. So, who else is going up to the cave?
That would be Adrian and Thorvald.
Alright, so I want Adrian and Thorvald to go ahead and roll a stealth check.
$19.
$20.
Alright. Make it up to the cave and notice that there are 2 goblins standing at the entrance of the cave, kind of talking to one another. They seem to be guards of some sort.
Alright.
And we are unseen, correct?
Oh, as far as you're aware.
Well, I mean, from what we see, do they seem to have noticed us?
No, they're just standing there chatting.
Okay, so are they just facing each other like that? And like
They're
that it shows on
standing
them?
there talking to each other. Every once in a while, they kind of, glance off and do a little goblin thing, where they're like,
Okay. I look over to Adrian. Well, I don't actually look, I just speak to him in his head and I say, what do you want to do? They're not necessarily going to be hard targets to take out, but
Right.
let's just say I don't necessarily use weapons too much.
Right.
So
and
I don't think a
don't-
spell is going to go over very well in wise of quiet.
And I don't believe I can get 2 quick shots off before one runs.
Well,
Not supremely
yes,
accurate.
I don't
anyway.
really want to use. I really don't want to use this spell just yet. So, I mean, if you feel like you can take them both out by yourself, I will go along with it.
as you
But-
guys are talking to one another, one of the goblins...
Well, we're not. Hold on. We're not talking. We're talking into our heads, so they can't hear us.
Regardless, as you two are talking to one another, one of the goblins sniffs the air and kind of makes a weird, like, looking around thing and starts to move in your direction.
Okay. Okay, so where would we be in wise of where they are? Because I think that's pretty important. Are we
You
in
guys
the
are
brush
right
back
at the
here?
cave.
Right back
You guys are right at the cave mouth. So don't even really think about the map right now. So these goblins are about 20 feet into the cave,
Okay.
and you guys are right at the opening of the cave, and the goblin starts heading towards you.
Okay. Both goblins or just one?
One.
One?
Just one.
Okay. So,
Are we like around a corner?
I say...
Yeah, you guys are kind of around the corner.
Okay.
Okay. So I say to Adrian, I say, okay, whenever he comes around, you do your best to grab him, and as you grab him, attack him, since we should be able to get him without him noticing, I will also throw my dagger at him. We'll get 2 attacks off at once.
Goblin continues walking and gets to about maybe 10 feet from the entrance and stands there sniffing.
I take the back of my dagger and I hit the side of the rock to make a sound. And it's like right off the side of the cave, like
So you hit the rock outside the cave?
right there. Like that's where we'd be standing in wise of like where it is. Like I hit right there just to try to lure him actually out of the cave, out of sight.
So, you hit the side of the rock and it makes like a boom. Go ahead and make a strength check.
$15.
So when after the goblin stops and you hit the rock, it makes kind of an audible, like, kink sound. But the goblin doesn't seem to have noticed it. Kind of starts sniffing the air, and then, feeling satisfied that there's nothing there, begins to turn back around and move towards his other goblin buddy.
Okay.
Keep in mind, these creatures are not the most intelligent things in the world.
I mean, maybe so, but can't hurt to try.
Do you want to tell the others to come up? I can pop out and try to take 2 shots.
How far away would you say the party is from me?
We were like 60 feet from the entrance, so I'd assume 60 feet.
I would say the rest of the monk and the paladin are kind of standing in wait, probably about 40 feet back in the brush.
Oh, okay, then I'm good.
So they can
From
if
where
you
I
give them some
am,
kind of hand signal, they can see you.
I can talk to them from this far away. I'll just say in their heads, I say that I see 2 goblins at the entrance. They don't seem to notice that we're here. So we have a couple options. Me and Adrian are going to try to attempt to take these out stealthily, and if shit hits the fan, I'll tell you guys to come up, but let's try to not draw too much attention right off the bat. I mean, we gotta try this one way or the other if we plan on going in here, so stealthy's probably the best way.
So at this point, you guys kind of peek back around and notice that the goblins have gone back to
Notice the goblins have gone back too.
chatting.
Okay.
Okay, so Adrian, what I plan we do is we go back a little ways into this brush where these trees are, and I'll take a shot at one with my crossbow, you take a shot at one with the longbow.
Okay.
And we'll try to take them out like that. And obviously, if it doesn't work, then it wouldn't have worked anyway, so we might as well try.
Sounds like as good a plan as we got.
Okay, so I say we go back into the brush about right here, so we have at least, like,
Again,
it's not gonna, like, not behind
use
the
this.
trees.
Don't use this. This doesn't exist.
So is there any cover or what?
Oh, 20, so that there's the entrance to the cave, which is a fairly decent-sized trail. So the river spans about 10 feet, running, kind of funneling into the cave. Next to the river, there's probably a good another 10 to 20 foot patch of trail that's just trampled down and kind of flattened from use of the goblins. Then directly to the right of the trail is just thick brush, that where you guys kind of went off the trail and made a camp inside the thick, like, forest and trees.
Okay, so from those forest and trees of that brush, can we see inside the entrance or see these goblins that we're looking at?
Now you'd have to be right up at the
Okay.
cave. So it's completely clear coming up to the cave, and then there's the trail that goes into the cave, and next to the trail, going all the way up to the mountain, is thick trees.
Alright.
Okay.
Thorvald, we
Then
have
take
to,
back what I said before.
we have to James
Well, I
Bond
just
that
say
shit.
since. Yeah,
So you would have to either
we're
lean
just
out
going.
and lean around the corner of the mouth of the
We're still
cave,
stealthed, correct?
Yes.
as far as you're aware.
Well, since we're stealth, I just say we lean over. I'll aim for goblin number 1. You aim for goblin number 2, and we just fire. It's the only thing we really can do.
Alright. Away we go. This would be...
Okay. So go ahead and both of you roll for your attacks.
Okay, and do we
this
get
is
advantage? It's considered an automatic crit, isn't it? Or since it's stealth?
Only if you're an assassin. This is called a surprise round. Where you two get to take an action, and then we'll roll for initiative.
And since we're stealth, don't we get advantage to our attack?
I don't remember. Here, let me
Because
look
I
it up.
believe that even if it's ranged, if it's a surprise, I still believe we're supposed to get something. I can't remember if it's an advantage or extra damage. I'm not.
Yeah, I
sure.
don't remember what you get if you're hidden. So let me look at that.
I want to say it's advantage.
I think you're right.
And I will always love you.
What is that singing?
You're deep inside the cave.
It's echoing from within the
We'll
cave.
always love you. Oh. Her beautiful voice. It's like an angel.
I see what's happening. The goblins have taken a singer hostage, and he is their
They're
personal
taking an
entertainment.
angel. We need to save it. It's so beautiful.
It sounds like a done.
Fuck it, charge!
Adrian,
Yep.
quiet. Focus on the task at hand.
Fuck.
Trust me, at this point, I'm kind of scared to go in. I don't want my ears to start bleeding.
This is from the glory.
Too much glory.
So much glory.
The song draws me.
Okay.
Siren.
Player's handbook.
Do you have a physical copy of the handbook?
Keith does.
Alright, that is in adventuring.
It should be under combat. Let's see. Unseen. Okay. Unseen attackers and targets. Combatants often try to escape their foes and notice by hiding, casting the ability to show lurking dark. When you attack a target you can't see, you had disadvantage in the attack roll. This is true whether you're guessing the target's location or targeting a creature you can hear but not see. The target is... When a creature can't see you, you had advantage on attack rolls against it. If you are hidden, both unseen and unheard, when you make an attack, you give away your location when the attack hits. Okay, so you get advantage.
Okay. Shit, off table. Oh my god, natty 20.
Alright. Also, you gotta tell me which one you're aiming for.
I was goblin
He's aiming
1.
for number 2. Yeah, he's number 1, I'm number 2, because number 2 is closer to me. I got 23 total.
Okay, you both hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh, it might help if I fucking rolled the right goddamn die. Dumb shit. Crit just doubles your die damage, correct?
Yes, you take your dice roll, double it, and then add your modifier.
7.
Mine's 11 piercing.
7 damage.
Yeah, I only rolled a 2.
Fuck.
2, 2, and 3.
I did 11.
Alright.
This is gonna go to hell in a handbasket.
Let's see. So David, you shot at who?
Goblin 1.
Number 1.
You did 7 damage?
Yes.
Keith did
And
11. Okay.
Yep.
So, the arrow coming from Adrian's bow goes sinks right into the goblin's shoulder. However, he seems to stumble forward a few steps and turn and start running. The other goblin, who was attacked by Thorvald's dagger, takes it right in the
It's
neck.
not my dagger, it's a crossbow. I have a light crossbow.
Whatever. Takes the crossbow bolt right in the neck, blood squirting, and he falls over dead.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll for initiative.
So be it.
Well, at least my D20 rolls are better.
So 25 to 20.
I got 20, Mom got 22.
She's not here.
It's just me and you,
Oh, it's just us two?
It's just you two.
for now.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got 20.
20. And Adrian?
18.
Alright. Thorval, go ahead and take your turn.
Okay. Before I do anything, I'm gonna say in the minds of Jackie Lee and Electra, I'm gonna tell them to be prepared for whenever I tell them to come, because one of the goblins escaped and got into the cave. And what I'm gonna do is... Yes, but I mean retreated back into the cave is what I'm trying to say.
No, he hasn't retreated yet. He's still standing there. Remember, all of this happen. Every turn happens in 6 seconds.
Oh, so
And a
he didn't
surprise
move
round-
yet?
A
Okay.
surprise round is instantaneous. All you saw was one of them get hit with a crossbow bolt, keel over dead. The other one got hit with an arrow and looked at you, and then turned to start running.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm
it
going
ran.
to
Because-
shoot another crossbow bolt. I'm going to shoot a crossbow bolt at the other goblin.
All right, go ahead.
18 versus AC.
Well,
Okay.
that's the only thing it can be versus.
Yeah, I'm still stuck in 4.0, dude. Where it's like there's versus reflex and will and shit like that. I'm like
Will,
Matt on that one.
reflex, will, fortitude.
7 damage, piercing.
Alright. So you quickly reload your crossbow, fire another one. Bam! Right in the bottom of the neck, like where the spine connects to the brain, and he just plump forward dead.
I would like to do a perception check to see if I can hear any like increase in movement or anything like that coming from inside the cave.
Alright, go ahead and roll.
So, it wants to.
There's that magical singing again.
Yeah, I only rolled a 5.
I would assume I'd be doing the same thing at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we both
yeah.
can.
And it's kind of one of those things that anybody can really roll at any time.
18.
Adrian, you notice. I want to fucking punch a small child. you notice that from inside the cave you hear like sounds of scuffling and then like low growls, but not like kind of the sounds of, you know how a dog growls whenever he's playing with his favorite chew toy?
Yes.
Sounds something like that.
So it doesn't
Coming
necessarily
from inside
sound
the cave.
hostile?
No. It doesn't sound like they're barking and sending the dogs after you.
Right.
You can hear the sound of some kind of probably canine animal. And definitely more than one of them.
Alright. I will tell Thorvald this.
You actually have to tell me. You can't just say I told you this. because-
No, you absolutely can. You can just
Oh, you
say,
can? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Also, remember that me and you speak through our. Whenever you speak to me, you speak through our minds. So
Yeah, I just
basically,
think
no one
that-
can hear what we're saying. Yeah, I'm just letting you know that.
Makes me and you a very deadly stealth combo.
Basically. Also, I can. Just so you know, I can also speak to anybody in their minds without knowing their language. So. Yeah, so I
don't
can.
they have
I
to
know.
have-
I know
don't they
every
have to have
language.
a certain
in the game.
intelligence for that to work?
Nope. I just have awakened mind. I basically can speak to them through their mind, and they can speak to me.
Yeah, but they have to have a certain intelligence, otherwise.
Have
No,
to
they
have a
don't.
language.
That's detect
That's-
thoughts. That's detect thoughts. If they have 6 intelligence or lower, it has no effect. This is
I would
awakened
say
mind.
you
I
have to
basically just
have
speak
like
to
at least 6 intelligence to just speak to someone, because
Yeah,
most
if they're
6
stupid, they're gonna be
intelligence,
like,
they don't
what?
have a fucking
Huh?
language.
What?
Well, anything that knows
Let me-
common,
let
I can
me-
talk to.
Oh, well, they have to know your language then.
No, I don't have to know their language. Look up awakened mind. It's under
That's
the
what I'm
warlock.
doing. The creature must be able to understand at least one language.
Yeah, like I said, they have to at least know common, basically.
They just need
Well,
to know a language.
They
And
just
you
need
can
to know
speak to
a
them
language.
in that language.
Oh, so they just have to know a language. It doesn't matter which one.
It just says the creature must be able to understand at least one language.
And then
Okay,
that
so
would
they
be
had
the
to be.
And
They had to be.
I would add something to that in the sense of being able to understand means to have the intelligence to communicate.
I know.
So there are some
what I was
base
trying to get
creatures
at.
that have a language but can't communicate, so it wouldn't work on them.
What? Okay, whatever. I was just about to say, so things like elementals and stuff, and I was like, wait, they know primordial, so that's technically a language.
The higher level elementals, like oozes, blobs, I think, what are they called? There's another type of elemental that ochre jellies. They technically have a language, but it wouldn't work on them because obviously they don't communicate.
Hurry up.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Where are you going?
He said he'll be right back. Just hang on just one moment.
Right?
So how is everyone tonight?
I'm good.
That's good.
Better if I didn't have homework to do. Good night.
That usually makes things worse.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Alright.
Stars so
Won't touch it.
bright.
Damn it, I just want to storm this cave.
Sirens are calling.
That inspiration dice.
I know, it's so
So I think I'm gonna nerf that awakened mind a little bit, or at least make it a little bit more clear.
How so?
To be able to communicate with the creature, you have to share a language with it.
I think that kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can still like impose your presence and speak to it, but to actually have legitimate communication with it, it has to know your language.
Yes, but then you could have legitimate communication with it because it knows your language.
What?
If it knows your language, you can communicate with it because it knows your language.
Right, but to be able to do it,
It would literally
telepathically-
just be the telepath ability.
Yeah, that's still
wouldn't
pretty
be
fucking
anything-
strong.
But isn't that another ability in and of itself?
No, there is no telepathy ability. It does
So
not
it's a
exist.
weakened mind that allows it to talk.
It is the awakened mind that is the only thing that allows him to telepathically communicate.
I would say common language, but any common spoken language. Any
Well-
humanoid-like language.
Yeah, so common,
I mean, all of the, like,
any
minor
any
languages.
language he shares with that creature.
I would say any racial language.
Well, because, I mean, languages
I
are
would
broken down.
Dwarven.
Languages are broken down to a lot of things, but there are just about every creature you would communicate with speaks common.
Are you trying to nerf my ability?
Yes,
Yes.
that is what he's trying to do.
Why? It's only how I speak through people.
Right, but it's not.
If I don't
not
understand their language, it's more of like I don't necessarily speak to them as much as they show me images in their head and stuff like that to communicate, kind of thing. Because that right there, I've realized that you can do that as a DM because that's what Matt did with the Warlock in Critical Role. Instead of like them actually talking to her because she didn't understand Giant, kind of just showed images to her about stuff, and then she kind of had to piece it together.
I mean,
If
that'll
I-
work too, but I mean to like physically communicate with something.
I
like-
think it should be any of the standard languages: Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Giant, Gnomish, Goblin, Halfling, Orc.
Well, if he's trying to get like a location, like creatures, he can awaken mind, communicate emotions and images. But if he wants to try and talk to it in their head, he has to know their language.
Could you convey ideas?
Absolutely, like you
So
can
you
send.
can convey non-hostile or hostile.
Absolutely, you can
with an
convey
idea.
emotion. Well, that would be like conveying emotion. It would be like throwing his emotion to the creature, or
So any kind of non-contextual, like, you could say that this,
Right.
what was I gonna say?
like you can.
Like
can
when you
send-
describe
convey-
something, you say, this person is looking around, stuff like that. Anything like that, but you couldn't actually have a conversation.
So, like,
About-
say Keith wanted to use his awakened mind on a wolf. Obviously, he can't have a conversation with the wolf. What he can do is kind of imbue an emotion like aggressiveness, friendliness, empathy, or like images, like a location, like a middle finger, like a tree. But unless it knows his language, he wouldn't be able to like have a conversation with it in their head. So like,
I mean, I feel like that's kind of fair. As long as
It's not overpowered. Detect thoughts is the ability that I have that allows me to drain actual
That's-
stuff from somebody, but that's an ability. That ain't
well, awakened mind doesn't
spell.
give you access to their mind.
No, they give me whatever they want to give me. It's just the way that I communicate to people.
Right.
I cannot have a full-blown conversation with somebody unless I share their same thing, but like if I don't speak their language, they can basically show me images. That's kind of how it goes. But that doesn't really show me anything if they just want to show me a middle finger.
Or convey feelings. Like if something is
basic.
If you try to awaken mind into something that's hostile, it would just convey hostility, and you would get nothing.
Yeah, for example, like if I was like looking at a wolf that was snarling at me, and if I try to talk to them in their head, I probably just get like the side of red, basically, something like that.
You would literally just get the sound of snarling.
Basically. So yeah, that's kind of how that goes. It's just a way that I communicate. Basically, it just means I don't have to physically talk to somebody. So that's just kind of what I'm getting at. So
Well, then...
it should. That's why I say I never really have to physically talk, because I can just do that to people.
Okay, then I have a question for you then. Last time when we played in, what was it, a goblin that was talking? Why didn't you tell me those who it's not?
Yeah, I guess that is a good idea. Mom's like, well, if that's the
Because-
case, then when that goblin was talking in Goblin, why didn't I just try to communicate through him through his head?
Because he would give you nothing.
He was just
You don't understand Goblin, and you trying to communicate through his head would shut
I thought
you
we were
off.
going to do common languages.
No. I said, if he wants to have a conversation with something, or learn what it's trying to say, he has to share the language.
Okay, but then, even if he doesn't share the language, he can still imbue an emotion.
So then I
He
will
can still
next
receive
level
feeling.
Okay.
pick up the ability to speak all languages.
That is an ability you can get. Is it just a bard ability, or is it a feat that anyone can get?
It's a bard ability. It's like level 1 bard ability. Last 8 hours, I can speak and read any language known to anything ever for 8 hours.
Anyway,
There's another feat that you can get called Linguist that allows you to just learn languages.
back to the game.
Yeah.
Alright, so back to the game. I told you I heard what appears like dogs or something like that.
Canine creatures.
Not hostile, but maybe like playing or something like that. There's more than
Or
one.
fighting over something.
I can't discern how many there are, but they don't appear to know we are here.
I hear puppies.
And there's a bard singing in the cave.
You shut up.
Well, I guess we can continue to push forward a little bit. Hope that we can remain unseen.
Alright,
Should
so
we
you
have
guys
the
enter
others
the cave?
come up to the cave entrance, just so they are still close?
Basically, where we were, I'm going to tell them to come up to the side of the cave, not in the cave, but to the side of the cave, just so that they're on the ready.
Okay, should
So
anything
you want
happen.
them to come up to the opening of the cave?
Where we are right now, on the side of the cave entrance right there, where Adrian is, that's where I want them to go.
Alright. So are they now with you? Is the group together, or are you guys going ahead and then they're
We're
coming
going
up?
ahead, they're coming up to where we were.
Okay. So I want everyone to roll a stealth check. Ooh.
22.
Minus 20.
Mine's 21.
I'm just clarifying. Doesn't heavy armor, isn't that like -2?
What, heavy armor gives you a disadvantage, so you roll 2 d20s and take the smaller value.
Roll it again, and you take a lower one.
Sorry, that one's my fault.
No, that's proper.
Yeah. Shit. Straight up to the disadvantage. Okay.
So she rolled 17 then.
Alright.
Oh, thank God.
That's great.
I mean, group stealth is the majority. So, like, let's just say 3 did good and 1. depending on the situation.
Well, I mean, if you like roll a 2,
Well, I mean, at the moment,
much-
we're split up into 2 groups.
Right, you're split up into 2. So, the 2 who went ahead are able to slip in completely unheard. Nothing seems to have noticed them. However, as Jackie Lee and Electra come up to the cave, Jackie puts his hand on the wall, slipping a bit and making a few rocks tumble down from the side of the wall.
God damn it, Monk.
Logan's big dick is going to be a problem
Fuck.
across the ground.
Cutting that off next time.
Electra and Jackie stand there, holding their breath, and you hear sound of the scuffling suddenly stop.
Okay. Light crossbows are one-handed weapons, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I can hold, like, let's say the light crossbow in my left hand and then have a dagger in my right, correct?
Right, but then you wouldn't be able to cast spells unless you dropped one of them.
His focus is a necklace, I thought.
Yeah, my
Regardless,
focus
you
is
still
my
have to hold the focus.
Okay, then I'll just... Well, the next question was going to be, can I still cast spells if I don't have something in my right hand? That was my next question. So, you answered it. So, I'm not going to have dagger in my right hand then. So, basically, I'm going to have my right hand free and my left hand with the crossbow loaded and ready to go after I heard everything stop.
Granted, you can use a bonus action to, put one away. Like, say you're...
Oh, I'm aware. I wasn't planning on having a dagger out with it. I was just asking if, like, that's what I could do. Like, it was more of a situational kind of thing, like, this is how it works, correct? Kind of thing.
It'd be a free action. Put away. And
You think that I could just sheath my dagger and then, like, shoot a spell? You know what I mean? Like, you think that's how it could go.
Yeah,
remember how the book... Yeah, it's in the player's handbook.
That should be
I'll
no
check real
more
quick.
than a secondary.
Right, it'll be no more than a bonus action. I think bonus action is actually switching weapons, where you put one away and then grab another one out. But
Yeah, I think putting away may be a free.
I think to just put away is a free. Anyway, so you hear the sound of the scuffling suddenly stop.
Why is the music bot here?
Don't worry about this one.
We're not playing music.
No, we're not. He took music bot away.
No, we're not. It's gone.
So
Okay, so you can actually give up your move action or your regular action to draw or sheath a weapon. Open a
Move
door, withdraw a potion from your pouch,
move action
pick
or
up
bonus action.
regular action.
Wow.
Full action?
To
It
put
says
something
here
away.
are a few examples of the sort of things you can do in tandem with your move action and action.
Oh, so
Oh,
it's
so
a
this
free.
is your bonus action. No, it's a bonus action.
bonus, okay.
So you get
That means
a movement, you get a regular, and then a bonus.
okay, so you can use your movement or your bonus then,
Okay.
or something like that.
I was about to say, it takes a full action.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
that was gonna be dumb,
No.
especially for me.
Yeah, it's a bonus action to switch weapons.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, and how about this then? Would having a dagger in my right hand and a crossbow in my left hand, if I attack with my right hand weapon, could I use my bonus action to shoot with my left-handed weapon, even though it's a ranged weapon?
No.
No? Okay. Just wondering.
Because
Okay,
that's
we can
not-
continue.
It's not dual wielding.
Okay. Just wondering.
Oh, nice.
So, what are you guys doing? Are you guys just standing there?
Well, we were waiting for the scenario after we heard everything stop.
You just hear the sound of silence.
Alright.
Seems as though the little, like, the growling and the discussing around just suddenly stop.
I will notch an arrow and wait.
Okay.
I say we just kind of slowly move, like, little bit at a time, because the more we can hear, the better, and, I mean, if push comes to shove, we can always retreat backwards. And kind of we basically have an ambush waiting for him in the back if we can draw him out. Very tiny cave. The worst that could happen is 2 at a time, and that would be 2 versus 4 at that point. But I just say we be careful as we proceed.
Okay.
So you guys wait a few seconds. Keep waiting, or are you moving? Are you moving up?
We wait a little bit, move, wait a little bit, move. Just basically doing it very
Alright.
cautiously,
So-
just in case.
Move up a little bit. I want you to roll stealth checks.
This isn't gonna do it.
17.
7.
Alright. As you guys are moving up, you hear the sound. You get close to a. Keep getting closer and closer to what seems like a side opening in the tunnel. It's starting to get dark now. If you have low light vision, you can see just fine. Or dark vision.
I have dark vision.
So you two can see just fine, or whoever has low light or dark vision can see just fine. But you notice that there's a opening on the side of the cavern, and you start to hear this growling coming from the opening of the side of the cavern, and it seems to be getting closer. 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 I want you guys to make a perception check.
Jesus Christ. Another fucking 7.
11.
All of a sudden, out from the shadows lunges 3 large wolves.
Yay. It's time to run.
All 3 of them are going to make attacks on you.
How's the third one going to make an attack all the way in the back there?
It's, again, don't look at the board.
Why are we not looking at the board? Then why have the board?
Basically.
Because the board is for the actual battle. This is just a scenario that's happening. You guys got close, and out of the shadows jumped 3 large wolves. So they're going to make their attacks, and then after they make their attacks, that's where they're standing after they make their attacks.
We're going to be stuck right
Okay, guys.
Adrian, 2 are going to be at you. 1 is going to be at Thorval. Adrian, what is your AC?
14.
The first one hits. The second one hits.
Yeah.
Thorval, what is yours?
14 as well.
You get hit as well.
Fuck you and your good rolls.
Yeah, I rolled 2 19s. And they all have advantage. David, you take, or Adrian takes 4 damage. plus another 2 damage. So 6 damage total to Adrian.
Okay.
Thorval, you take 5 damage. And I want you two to go ahead and roll for initiative.
— 17.
21.
Oh, you son of a cunt.
What?
Accidentally just deleted the initiatives. Alright, so Thorval, you go first. You guys are probably about 20-30 feet in the cave, so
Okay. Then shouldn't wolf number 2 be like right over here?
nope. Nope. Two's right there.
Okay. Well then, let's see. I will use my bonus action to disengage.
I actually think that's a full action.
I believe it is.
Unless you're a rogue.
Okay, never mind. Then
Let
I will.
me check. Disengage. When you take the disengage action, you focus entirely. Sorry. Disengage. If you take the. Yes, it is an action.
Okay, never mind. Then I'm going to wait. Third wolf.
You're gonna what?
Where's the third wolf?
Can you not see it?
No,
Right here.
I cannot see it. David, can you see the third wolf?
No. Did he like
Can't
fall
see
over
wolf
into
too?
the fog?
Must be. There we go.
He's
Okay,
right here.
I'm going to... Yeah, there. I can see him now. Okay, so I'm going to...
Touching my wolves.
I'm going to use Bane on all 3 of the wolves.
Okay, what does Bane do?
I believe it is a charisma saving throw? Hold on.
These speaks like this.
Yeah, it's a charisma saving throw. So you go against my saving DC with their charisma.
I have +3 against.
Up to 3 creatures of your choice that you can see within range must make saving throws. Target fails the saving throw. Target that fails the saving throw makes an attack. Saving throw. Alright.
And this is an at will for me, so it does not take any spell slots. So
First. What's your spell DC?
15.
Oh. He would have made it if he didn't get a -2 to his charisma. The second wolf makes it. And the third wolf fails. So, number 2 is the only one that succeeds. So, number 1 and number 2 have to roll d4s and subtract that from their attack rolls.
And their saving throws.
Their saving throws, alright. Is that your turn?
Yes, it is.
That will mean Adrian is up.
I will disengage and move.
Alright.
Over here. And then use my bonus action to put away my bow.
And then pull out your...
I roll
Wait, put away your bow?
Yeah, and then I'll use my bonus action next turn to pull out my dagger, or my short swords.
Well, no, you use your bonus action to switch weapons.
Oh, okay. Well then, pull out short swords.
It's Austin's name.
So, let's see. It will be Adrian next.
I just went.
Oh, that was your turn?
Yes.
Alright, so the wolves. Wolf number 3 will run up and try and chase after you.
That's because I can do it. And I need to know.
David, how many hit points you got?
19
Mom's gonna
total.
keep track of that. You can actually heal.
19 total. I currently have 13.
Okay. So, the wolves, sensing fear, one of them goes after Thorval. Hits.
Jesse, how many hit points does Jackie Lee have?
Dealing 4 damage to Thorval.
Jesse,
Yes.
how many hit points does Jackie Lee have?
I have 17.
Such power.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Alright. Thorval takes 4 damage. The next one will attack Adrian. Ooh, natural 20.
Awesome.
You also take 4 damage. The third one will bite at Adrian again.
Armor class is 14.
What's your AC?
14.
Misses.
Alright, so I'm at 9.
So I want the two of you to make a strength saving throw.
Natty 20.
Alright.
15.
So the wolves bite at you, manage to get a piece of your arms, and try to throw you to the ground, but you're strong enough and you're both able to just rip out of their grasp before they're able to knock you down on the ground. Hearing the kerfuffle, Jackie and Electra start running towards the inside of the cave and barely get to the outside of the cave at the end of this round. So I want Jackie and fuck, I don't have Jackie's character.
Just.
It's
do it.
in Discord. Oh, you mean the actual thing? Just get something for him. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, we'll know who it is.
Okay. And then
Hey, you did have Jackie.
I want. And then I want the two of them to roll for initiative.
Electra has 20.
These guys are getting fucking massive rolls. Initiatives, at least.
I was about to say, not all of our rolls have been pretty massive.
The only thing massive here.
What did Electra get?
20.
20.
Sentence.
Okay. Top of the round, Thorval, you're up.
Fuck. I was hoping Adrian went first, but I guess that changes up my plan a little bit. Let's see. Is poison spray against a single individual?
No, look at the spell, it's in the book.
That's what I was doing. I was kind of asking myself.
Well, that's weird.
He's a weird guy.
Yeah.
In reality, he doesn't actually have the ability to speak to other people in their mind. It's just really delusional. He just sits in a corner and nods his head. And we're like, yeah, that guy just, walks around and does stuff. He's actually autistic. We just don't have the heart to tell.
Yeah, it's just a single target creature. So I'll look at the wolf that's right behind me, wolf number 1,
Alright.
and I will use poison spray against him. He has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Taiwan number 1.
He's still under the effect of the other spell?
Yes, he is. It lasts a minute, so 10 turns.
Oh, it's a concentration spell.
Yeah, lasts for a minute.
Acid spray is not a concentration spell, is it? I doubt it is, but
It's a cantrip. It's just a single target spell. It's not concentration. It's a single action.
so how are you using Bane and without spending a spell slot?
I have the Thief of the Five Fates invocation. I can use it at will without using any abilities or any components or anything.
So it has to make a
Constitution saving throw.
against your spell DC.
Yeah, which is 15.
Fails.
Okay. I'm going to roll for damage. Doing 5 poison damage.
Alright. So you spray the wolf. What was that, number 1 or 2?
Number 1, the one that's right behind me.
So you spray the wolf with acid or poison, and it breathes it in and starts just like, and then kind of howling. Next up is Electra.
Moving up to what number is that? I'm gonna move up next to number 3 wolf, and I'm gonna attack him with my sword.
Alright.
Attack him with your sword.
Get it.
Get some.
She rolled a 19.
Hits.
I'd hope so, but
It's a really dexterous wolf.
Say it. What? Say what?
19
Say it
versus
so.
AC.
I will not go.
He hits.
Turn the lights off.
Okay.
Carry me home.
Yeah. Well, that's 10. I have the 8 right here. 4 damage, slashing damage.
Which wolf?
3.
The one that she's the only one that she can attack.
3.
Well, yeah, but I can't. Okay, thank you. 4 damage?
Yeah, 4 damage.
Alright. She slashes at the wolf and gets a nice chunk of its shoulder and cuts through it as it starts to bleed. that her turn?
Yes.
Adrian, you're up.
I will strike at Wolf 3 with my short swords.
Okay.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Alright, damage is d6. 8 damage, piercing.
Alright. And then you get your offhand attack.
Is it dead?
Huh, it's still standing. You got a nice chunk of it, but
Holy
Still
fuck,
standing.
these wolves. Jesus balls, okay. Offhand attack.
Truckers in the forest.
18 to hit.
you hit. So don't even roll for damage.
I'm assuming 1 HP.
1 HP. So
Fuck!
Take it captive.
you come in and you lunge with one sword and get a nice big hit underneath its left arm, and as you kind of hold it there, it's snapping at you. You just bring the other blade around and just stab right up in through its mouth, right into its head, and its body goes limp.
Ask David if he has 13.
I have 9.
Mine. Okay, thank you.
And that will complete my turn.
Technically, you guys shouldn't know exact numbers of each other, but I honestly don't care that much, so that'll make it Jackie Lee's turn.
We do it all the time in Critical Role. You just ask and be like, how many short points you got left?
They don't, actually. They say, how are you looking? They never give specific numbers to each other. Jackie Lee will use all of his movement and run up there. And then... let's see, what the fuck does he have? He'll swing with his short sword.
His short sword.
Shots. It's one of the shots.
And we'll hit short sword.
It's a d6.
Yeah. Dealing 9 damage.
Damn, girl.
Whoever's doing that, you can stop right now. And then,
My job's the music.
yeah, well, you're not here.
We just hear it echoing through the cave.
Just real
And
sneaky.
we'll use his bonus action
I'm
to
I'm
strike
singing
his
Beyonce.
fists.
You hear Beyonce, and you think, what is Beyonce doing here?
And we'll miss with his fist. So he comes in and takes a nice big gash that runs along the entire side of the wolf. The wolf does that kind of that whine that dogs do whenever they're hit.
Do you know that wine personally?
I've never owned a big dog.
You mean you've never beaten up a big dog?
Sure. I know the sound. I know what it sounds like when a lap dog gets stepped on. Something kind of like that, just a lot more whiny. More like. And then he comes in with his fist to try and strike at the wolf, but the wolf kind of ducks out of the way. Next up is the wolf's turn. This wolf will move up and attack Adrian, and wolf number 1 will turn and attack Jackie Lee.
Armor class 14.
Alright, one attacking Adrian will miss,
Finally.
and the one attacking Jackie Lee will critically fail. Oh wait, no. Never mind, that's a 7. But we'll miss regardless. So that brings us to the top of the round, and Dorval.
Okay. I will go on and attack wolf number 2 with poison spray.
Alright.
They're still under the effect of Bane for another 7 turns.
Right.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, it's a concentration spell. So if he did another concentration spell, it would stop the thing.
So, Constitution saving throw.
That one critically fails.
You sure it's not a 7?
Oh, this one I actually hovered over it, and it's a 1. I mean, I could roll the Bane dice.
6 poison damage.
It got a -4 or -3.
Okay, so 6 poison damage.
Alright. To number 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, it inhales a nice big breath of poison and starts kind of whining and hacking. Is that it?
Yep.
Electra.
I'm gonna take and move next to Adrian, and I'm gonna take and lay my hands on him and heal him 10 HP. Or hit points, whatever.
10?
And, yeah, 10. That should take and make y'all back up to full health.
Yep.
And I end my turn.
Alright. Up is Adrian.
Alright. I will attack Wolf 2, the one in front of me.
Alright.
9 does not hit. It was a 9. I'm assuming it didn't hit.
9 total?
Yeah.
9 does not hit.
Secondary. 14.
14 hits.
Damage. 3.
Alright. So you come in and swing with one. The wolf dodges out of the way, but doesn't notice the other one coming up to take a slash out of the side of it.
That is my turn.
Alright. This is Jackie. Jackie will short sword the wolf in front of him. And he'll miss with the short sword, and then use bonus action to strike with his palm. Hit with that, healing dealing 4 damage. So he comes down with his short sword and misses the wolf, and as he's leaning down, brings his palm to strike at the center of the wolf's mass, and it seems to not have an effect at first. Then all of a sudden the wolf just kind of slumps forward dead. Then he'll use his movement to come up. Chill right there. The final wolf will attack Adrian,
God, this thing is a boner for me.
and he will miss.
Good
Or
dog.
all.
Let's try to finish it off with a good poison spray. Constitution saving throw.
Are those cantrips?
Yes, it is.
What's your spell save DC?
15.
Fails.
It fails.
It fails.
Another 6 points of damage. Poison damage, I don't think it really makes a difference.
No. The wolf inhales the poison, begins coughing and hacking, spits up blood, and then just kind of starts walking forward at you angry, and then slumps dead. Okay. You guys get a total of...
Thing to note, am I including this XP in mine? Keep us even, or what?
I'd say mine as well, just to keep us even, because don't want us getting too far ahead.
I mean, that's really up to you guys.
Well, it depends. If he gives us 100 EXP, just go on and make your character level 3, which I highly doubt we'll get 100, but we'll see.
Math is hard, guys.
If he gives us
Just
more,
say
then you
100.
just get the 100.
Let's say 100 a person, because that gives us the 3.
No, it's definitely not 100 a person. It's actually 50 per person.
Damn it. 850.
I mean, you guys fought 2 goblins and 3 wolves.
Never said I expected 100.
Just would have been the nice thing to do.
Jesse isn't a nice person.
It's 250 divided by 5.
If we did not include Austin, would that give us enough?
You would get 60 a person then.
God damn it. Fine.
I mean, you can choose not to include them or not. It's up to you.
No,
You guys
can
get
have it.
250 experience divided as you choose.
If we're not going to level up, you can have it.
we got it. Anyway, I think, well, while everyone else is doing their thing,
While everyone else is doing their thing, is they're going to sit there and I'm going to tell a story. So you guys finish off the wolves, kind of take a second to look around, and you notice that anyone who has dark vision, low light vision, notices that there seem to be 2 paths. One trailing off, running along parallel with the river. The other one is the dark path. That's where the wolves came from.
I say we go along the river. Okay, so, hold on. Just kidding. We never clarified this. Do we actually hear singing?
No,
Okay.
this was just something you made up all of a sudden. Like the singing, I never said anything about singing. All of a sudden you just decided singing.
Damn. Okay, well, I say we go along the river.
Say there's some smooth jazz playing in the background.
Otherwise, I was going to say follow the music.
right there, that right there is equal to your
Heart.
I'll just check.
You must, because you can. All of us.
Jesse,
Got the
What?
answer right back.
in between fights now, can we use hit dice to heal up?
You have to take a short rest, which would be about 20 to 30 minutes of sitting down and actually resting.
Okay, I think we're good then. Unless everyone else wants to take a short rest, but I'm still good to go.
Yeah, I don't need one. I still have 2
Okay.
health potions on me, need be.
So, what are you guys doing?
vote river.
I guess we can go down the river. Doesn't really matter.
Alright, you guys begin following the river path, and as you continue to walk, it starts to get darker and darker and darker. As you move past the opening in the side, you look in and it's just pitch black in there. As you keep going forward,
I have dark
Get
vision.
maybe-
Do I see anything?
uh,
Within 60 feet?
yes, you look inside the opening and you notice that, are you talking about looking forward or looking back?
Looking, like, into that room as we pass.
Looking into the,
Where the wolves came
into
from.
where the wolves came from. So you notice that there seems to be a makeshift wolves den, as well as a pile of looks to be human skulls. Good, I'll just go ahead and show you. Boom.
Yeah, Jesse just has piles of human skulls.
Okay.
It's his other day job.
Continue to river.
Alright.
Before we go, do we want to investigate this room? See if there's anything about it?
I mean, we can. I'm cool with that.
I would like to investigate the room. See if there's anything in.
Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay. So you notice that there is a wolf's den and a pile of skulls
Nothing else?
stacked up against against the wall.
Can we, like, kick aside the skulls, see if there's anything underneath behind?
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
An attack roll?
Are you like kicking it?
yeah, just like
I'm just
moving.
kicking it out of the way.
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll. It'd be an unarmed strike.
Okay, is that strength or dex added to it?
Who's the one making the attack?
Me. I'm right there.
Okay.
Can it be either strength or dex, or does it have to be one or the other?
No, unless you have martial arts.
It's
Okay,
strength.
so 11.
11 to hit.
Yeah.
You hit.
Okay.
Roll a
Congrats.
D2.
Roll what?
A D2.
Flip a coin.
No, you roll a D4 and cut it in half.
2.
2, and then add your strength modifier.
2.
2 total.
Yeah, I have a 0 for strength.
Okay. So you kick the pile of skulls as hard as you can, and a few of them get knocked down, and the thing doesn't totally collapse, but behind it, you almost see kind of a dim light.
Okay. I'll continue to try to move the entire pile just to see what's completely behind it.
Go ahead and attack again.
I can come up and assist
Alright.
if that gives him
I'll
advantage or
start
anything.
wailing on him, just moving him. 18, it hits, so. 1 damage. And then
Alright.
why don't you go on and take an attack too, Adrian?
10.
Alright, 10 hits.
A pile of bones, it can't be hard to hit.
It's 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Is it round up or down?
Alright, for the sake of brevity, Jackie Lee is going to come up and strike at the pile.
Okay. let the monk do it.
He will critically hit
All go bye-bye.
and deal 9 damage to the bones. He strikes them, and they just shatter into dust.
You gain
Revealing
1
behind
XP
them,
and feel disappointed.
revealing behind them a small tunnel, just barely big enough for someone to crawl through on all fours.
I say we leave it alone for now. Just kind of continue on, but just make a mental note that's there for
Okay.
whenever we're coming back through.
I am okay with that.
Just good to know that's there.
Continue upriver.
Okay. As you guys continue upriver, those of you who have dark vision begin to notice that. By the way, how many people don't have dark vision?
2.
I believe Jackie Lee and Electra does not. They're both humans, so.
Shh.
Humans.
So, marching order. I'll be in the back, Thorval in the front, other 2 in the middle. Side by
Where
side.
do you see? I guess dark vision would be.
It'd be in the.
Oh wow!
It'd be listed under features and traits.
Actually, Jackie Lee is not a human.
What is he?
He is a half elf
Oh, is he?
who has dark vision.
Alright.
Okay. I thought he was a human.
So I
Why
want
is
Electra.
That is a fun.
Oh no, Jackie Lee's a wood elf.
Oh. Okay.
So I want Electra to go ahead and make a either athletics or acrobatics check with disadvantage.
Okay, roll it again. Yeah, roll it again. 17 total.
Alright.
She gets a +6 to her athletics.
Jesus.
She keeps steady, stumbling every once in a while behind you guys, but for the most part keeping up even though it is pitch black and she can't see a single thing. Rest of the group keeps moving up just fine because their dark vision allows them to see in this pitch black
Just for
cave.
sake of convenience, I would take and pull a torch out of my adventurer's pack.
Okay.
Just for convenience. And
Are you
light it.
lighting the torch?
I can't recommend that.
Yeah. Why?
Just have her, like, hold on to someone.
Would that help out with it? Or is that something you can do?
It's
Hold
D&D,
on.
you can do anything.
going to give
well,
her-
it's more along the line of, is it asking Jesse if it's okay?
It would remove her disadvantage on the checks.
Okay, then we can do that. Go on and have her, I guess, hold on to, I guess I'll go on and take the lead since she has a disadvantage on her roll, and she can hold on to you, Adrian, since you're right next to her.
Okay.
Change the order to that. So,
You guys keep moving up, and those of you who have dark vision notice that about 20 to 30 feet, so there's a bridge ahead that is about 20 or 30 feet above a path that keeps going.
Is there anything on the bridge?
From this distance, it's hard to tell.
is
you
there a
notice-
way for you to reveal it on the map so we can get, like, an idea?
Oh, you can't see it?
No, that's still
Yeah.
white fog. Okay, there we go.
Do I hear anything?
Make perception check.
9 plus 5, 14.
You hear the sounds of the running water of the lake next to you. But as far as any kind of footsteps or Movement? No.
Okay. Continue.
So you continue under the bridge. I want everyone to make a stealth check. Now, obviously, Electra still has disadvantage because of her heavy armor.
19. Dang!
She rolled a natty 20 on. Oh no, wait, you
It's
got
18
disadvantage,
and
so you
then
gotta take
22.
the lowest.
So 18.
Okay, so you took the 18. I think that'll be fine. I got a total of 16.
Alright?
Oh, I heard 2. I thought you rolled a 2.
No. She rolled an 18 and then a 20, but
That's
she had to
not a
take
D20.
the 18. What?
I was rolling
Yeah,
for
I-
Jackie Lee, and I rolled a D12, not a D20.
Oh.
That's just not fair.
Okay.
Either way, you're getting. Oh,
You all keep moving up quietly. I want Electra to again roll an acrobatics or athletics check.
Athletics, but this time you don't have
Right,
disadvantage.
there's no disadvantage.
What?
Side note, how deep is the water? Can I tell?
Can't really see the bottom,
No.
so it's hard to tell without like actually testing it.
She got a 13.
Okay. So she begins to slip and fall into the water. Make an acrobatics check.
So 12.
Well, alright. She falls into the water, and it's pretty deep. So she starts to get washed.
She was holding on to me. Can I try strength saving throw?
Go for it. You try to catch her with strength saving throw. Actually,
She's closest to the wall. She wasn't even close to.
well, it's kind of an incline.
It's a trip and stumble.
Yeah.
What were you
Because
saying?
it's-
Oh,
it's
actually?
Pitch black. I was gonna say make a reflex saving throw, but then I forgot that's 4th edition.
Yeah, that's not a thing. Alright. Well, I don't save her. I got a 9.
Hold on. Yeah, that'd just be a strength. Alright. So she falls into the water and starts to get washed away with the current. Let's see. I want Electra to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, 21.
So she falls and is able to kind of keep hold of all of her equipment and tread water as she's going down the water. Eventually, she hits a gate. That's kind of like almost like a filter. And so she ends up.
So obviously we are all running along the path to keep pace with her.
So are you dropping stealth or trying to stay stealthy?
Trying to stay stealthy. Stealth run?
Okay, so make everyone make stealth checks with disadvantage.
Damn it, we can't be in a forest anymore. Balls.
Nope, this is underground.
Total of 17.
16.
Right? Hmm.
Wait, is she out of the water or is she still in the water?
He's still in the water.
Against the
But
group.
she made the. What did
up
the
against
strength
the grate.
throw-
Make
Was
sure
to
she
keep hold
was-
of her equipment and keep her head above water.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone who got... Was there anyone who got less... What was everyone's stealth checks?
I got 17.
15. 15. And then Jackie got 15. Okay. So, as you guys are running, you're trying to stay stealthy, but your frantic pace kind of makes it hard to do, and everyone's just in a bursting sprint to keep up with Electra. You watch as he slams into the gate. Electra, you take 2 damage, 2 bludgeoning damage as you slam into the gate. And everyone makes it up to where she's at and begins trying to help pull her out. Who's gonna help pull her out?
Who's the highest strength?
Not me.
It's probably Logan.
I mean, me and you and me, 2 of us can probably grab her.
It's not Jackie.
What does Jackie have?
Jackie's a
And-
dexterity and wisdom.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess if multiple people help, we'd get advantage?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, me and you can.
okay, so
Alright, so go ahead and
you can
roll a
with
strength check with advantage.
both of us, or just one of us since I'm like assistant?
One person.
Okay. Keith, you can roll.
Well, what's your strength?
+0.
Okay, so we all have the same. Okay, gotcha. Is it a saving throw or what is it?
No, it's just a strength check.
Is it a strength check? Oh. With advantage, okay.
With advantage because Adrian is helping you.
So that's 15.
Alright. You guys are able to pull her up out of the water and back onto solid ground. However, you notice that behind you in the in the path that's not behind you, not where you came, but there's a path behind you kind of heading forward. You see 4 torches suddenly light up. And voices start coming your way.
Okay. Can we see inside the room?
No, it is. It's way too black.
Even for dark vision?
You only get 60 feet with dark vision.
I mean, 60 feet, 60 feet.
60 feet is 60 feet.
We can see
You can
nothing
see
at
nothing.
60 feet. Gotcha.
You can see off in the distance some torch lights lighting up, and they're heading your way.
Yay.
Okay. I say we backtrack just a little bit and try to stay stealthy and see what happens.
Good idea.
Alright?
So we backtrack a little bit towards the bridge.
So you backtrack, kind of going back underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
I say
Everybody
we
roll
try
stealth.
to stop underneath the bridge in case they go over us. We'll still be hidden.
Yeah.
And why does it stop?
12.
Alright.
Oh, so then you got, okay. So, Lecter got 12, and Theraval got, not 17, but 16.
Okay.
A gold coconut in the corner.
Could have been worse.
You notice as two goblins run over across the bridge and stand on the bridge, kind of looking out with their torches, trying to see what it was. Fortunately, they didn't seem to notice you. Or at least, as far as you can tell, they didn't notice you. They stand there for a few seconds and start heading back to where they came from.
Okay. Okay. How far up would you say this bridge is from the like where we are right now? Like how tall is it to us?
20 feet, I thought he said.
30 feet.
30 feet?
Yep. 30 feet directly above your heads.
I say me and Adrian kind of stealth up a little ways and try to see if we can at least get a little bit of visual on what's inside of the cavern that's ahead.
Lego.
Alright, so you two go ahead and roll stealth checks.
For real? 12?
Yeah.
No, I rolled the exact same as last time.
There's the silver stuff.
No, I'm
I got 18.
Okay. As you come around the bend, you notice that there are two goblins standing, with torches standing on the path that you were just at where you pulled Electra out of the water. They seem to be surveying the gate, and one of them seems to be kind of halfway in the water, looking at the gate, trying to figure out what the noise was.
So is this gate like blocking how hard the water's going, or is it just kind of like what grabs debris, or like what is the purpose of the gate that we can see?
It's just a gate that seems to be in the water. That's it's wooden spikes,
It's like a filter.
kind of like a filter, but obviously not like a mesh filter kind of thing. It's
Yeah.
simply just to make sure.
I was
that
just wondering if it was more of like a dam-like structure, or just something to stop like debris from coming through. So it's more of like a debris stopper.
you get the sense that the goblins may have put it there as a cautionary thing, just in case one of them fell in.
Okay. So where are we at right now? We were heading inside the cavern to see if we could see anything.
So what? We were probably like right about here and noticed them over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
give or take.
Okay, so do we got clear line of sight of them?
Oh yeah, you can see them.
How many are there?
2. I say we try. Take them out.
Are there 2 of them, Jesse?
Yes,
Okay.
there is 2.
Okay. I didn't hear if you said it before. Well, I meant one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ready up my crossbow, and I guess me and Adrian are gonna make stealth attacks against them.
Alright. So who's shooting at which one? There's one kind of halfway into the water, inspecting the gate, and one kind of watching his back.
I'll take the one in the water.
Okay, then I'll take the one up on land.
Alright.
And it's with advantage, correct? Because they don't see us.
Would be with advantage because you are hidden.
Uh, 17.
17 hits.
23. I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10 and then an 18. I'll definitely take the advantage on that one.
Well, you don't get a choice.
Well, I mean, I'll just saying I'll take the advantage.
11 damage.
And
Alright.
where's my D8? There. Nope, that ain't it. There it is. 9 damage.
Hold on.
Sorry, 10 damage.
Alright. So you shoot a crossbow bolt and an arrow.
Yes.
They both fly true. Each one pegs the goblins right in the side, just, and they fall forward. One just splashes in the water, the other one just kind of crumples down, and then slowly his body starts to move into the water.
Okay. I guess we'll continue moving forward in.
Okay. Alright. As you begin to move forward, go ahead and give each one of you guys 25 experience, by the way.
Woo.
Everybody or just
Unless you just want to give it to the two people who got the kills.
No.
Actually, I would say just give it to the two people who got the kills, so it'll be 50 experience to both of you.
Yay! Level 3.
You can't level up until you have a long rest.
I know.
Let's see. What the fuck was that?
I hit my knee.
Are the two of you just moving up alone, or is everybody moving with you?
The rest of the people are gonna come up just a little ways. I'd say about like I'd say just a little bit up, like right here. But we're gonna continue to move forward.
Don't use the map. Map. This is imaginary time.
Okay, well, they move up just slight enough just so that I can use my Awaken Mind on them to tell them to come on just in case. But we're going to continue moving forward by ourselves.
So the two of you.
What's the distance on your Awaken Mind?
60 feet?
Okay, so they will stay, like...
It's not
40
super
feet
long
behind
range,
us?
but it's, give or take, 40, 50. Basically, not enough to where they'll be in the combat or any, like, stealth checks, but good enough to where I can telepathically talk to them.
Alright, and then we're moving up.
Alright. So as you move up, you hear the sound. You notice that you go through the tunnel. The tunnel is about 50 feet. And at the end of the tunnel, you notice that the cavern seems decently lit up. There's torches here and there. So pretty much anyone can see. You hear the sound of banging on wood, like do 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 do. Almost as if someone's working on something.
Do we have vision yet of anything?
Can't really see anything. There's quite a few boulders in the area that kind of block your view.
I guess continue moving up.
Continue moving up stealthily and being very cautious of what's around us. Because I'm assuming that the sounds that we're
make a
hearing
stealth
kind
check.
of echoing. The sounds that we're hearing is kind of echoing, right? Like we can't get a single pinpoint on where they are in
No, you
conjunction.
can definitely tell that it's in this cavern.
Well,
Fairly
yeah,
close.
I mean, but like we can't get like the exact pinpoint location because it's probably echoing off the walls and stuff.
Well, I mean, it would, as much as, you walk into a place and you just hear the sounds of, well, it would sound like
I got
work
it.
being done.
Okay, I got a 21 on my stealth roll.
Adrian,
Oh, we're rolling stealth. My bad.
unless you don't want to.
No, I want to. I got a 16.
Alright.
What do you get pluses on your stealth, Adrian?
5.
Or David, are you 5? Yeah, me too.
I'm just rolling like
but-
shit.
You come around one of the rocks and notice there are 2 goblins. One working on one, he seems to be like he's fixing up another one of those,
Gates.
fences. But this one goes across, you notice that this cavern is pretty big. It's probably like 50 feet, 50, 60, 70 feet wide. And, is half of it is part of an underground lake that the river empties into. One of the goblins is working on one of the fences that spans the width of this lake, while the other one is kind of holding a torch for him and kind of overseeing what he's doing.
Okay.
Do we have line of sight on them?
You do if you come around, if you step around the rock.
Is there anyone else around we can see?
Not that you can see.
Want to do the same thing as before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll with
I'll attack.
advantage.
I'll attack the one that's holding the torch, and you can attack the one that's doing the tinkering.
Okay.
Alright.
Damn. 26 to hit.
Alright, that hits.
24.
Okay.
Seven plus 3, 11.
Alright.
7 plus 3 again, so 10.
Alright, so think. Both goblins take their respective projectiles and just slump forward.
Okay. Is there anything else, any enemy else in the room that we can see?
Not that you can see.
After doing that action, do we hear any shuffling?
Nope.
Alright.
Go ahead and,
Did the torch extinguish when it fell?
one of them, yeah, it fell into the water.
Okay.
There's still plenty of torches around on the walls and whatnot.
I would like to go and inspect what they're tinkering on,
Yes.
see if there's anything possible.
Alright, go ahead and make an investigation check.
And while
Both
he's,
of us or just one?
One person with advantage.
I also want to search the bodies.
Alright.
Uh, 15.
Okay. You look at these walls and get a sense that they're meant to keep something caged. Don't know what. Obviously, it's not something crazy strong, but it's meant to keep something from going upriver.
I would like to inspect the water just a little bit more on both sides, see if I can see anything.
Alright. Go ahead and do a survival, or do a nature check.
13.
You see water.
You are
see there's-
100% sure that that is water in there.
You definitely know that this lake is pretty damn deep, and
It's pretty full of water.
as you know from just kind of adventuring and just general knowledge that cavern lakes, especially underground lakes, can potentially have interesting creatures that live in it.
I say
Do you want me to
leave
roll
it-
anything for searching bodies?
No.
Okay.
On the bodies, you find 2 torches.
Oh, by the way,
Eh.
I don't have one to come in that safe, by the way.
What?
I like tell everyone else that they can come
Oh.
in that safe.
I thought you said you wanted to come in the safe, and I'm like,
I mean,
What?
if you want.
sure. Anyway, so Adrian, you find 2 torches, some makeshift goblin tools, and makeshift goblin weapons.
So nothing really worth concerning over.
Yeah, I'll just take the torches.
All right. So go ahead and add 2 torches.
Okay.
If you let me carry them since I'm
Everything else is shit.
How much is a torch? How much weight?
It should be somewhere in the player's handbook under equipment.
I'll continue while I look that up.
So you notice that there are 2 paths. One that leads kind of upwards. That goes towards pitch darkness. The other one has stairs that has a flickering light in the hallway.
I mean, I'm assuming that the way towards the bridge, probably where the majority of the goblins are right now. But I say we check out the room over here, closer to this boulder. Do we want to go? Do we all want to go, or do we want to do the same kind of technique that we're doing before? Because if we keep doing the stealthy thing, what it does is it makes it good for a trap, so that we can have more people join the fray, while it's kind of keeping a low profile.
I would continue with stealth. Jesse, are you rolling stealth?
Where are you going? Are you going towards the flickering light?
Yeah, that's what I say.
Okay. So you're just moving forward? Stealthing?
Me and Adrian, the rest of them are going to kind of sit back, like, around the bolt.
Okay. So you notice that it's a set of stairs, kind of makeshift stairs, that ascend a good 20 feet upwards. Do you guys go up the stairs?
Yes.
Alright. Roll stealth. And who's in front, or are you going side by side?
17, I'll be in front.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 15, and guess I'll just be behind.
Okay. Right. So as you guys go up the stairs, who's in front?
Adrian.
feel something tug on your leg. I want you to go ahead and make an acrobatics saving throw.
Yay. You mean just an acrobatics check? Or a dexterity saving throw?
An acrobatics saving throw.
That's not a thing.
Aha! Correct the DM.
What?
There's acrobatics
You
and
cannot
then
roll a
there's,
saving throw for.
and then there's the
Absolutely.
dexterity saving throw.
You roll a
You
saving.
can roll. Yes, for.
You roll a saving throw for acrobatics. You roll your d20, add your acrobatics.
Yeah, okay.
There's no saving throw for proficiency.
14.
Absolutely is. Fine then, dexterity.
Dexterity saving
Dexterity
throw?
saving throw. Yeah.
Then that is 16. 17, I'm sorry, math.
Okay. So, as the thing tugs against your leg, all of a sudden a large hook-like structure comes down from the ceiling, aiming right at your torso. You just barely manage to duck out of the way. But it does manage to scrape your side, and you take 2 damage. 2 slashing damage.
Okay.
2 ouchies. It's
And
real
then-
interesting, guys. I'm glad we're doing this. It's, it's
Look,
not
you can
fun.
blame your party for this. Your party left without you. They said, "Fuck this guy, I'm out."
What?
Uh,
We said fuck the wizard, not fuck the bard.
well, you know, it's who it was. So,
Make it work, DM. God damn it!
Yeah, I was
I
about
am.
to say, it's the DM's job to kind of make it go. a
I
little
fucking
bit.
appear out of the water like goddamn Jesus, and
Look,
I'm like,
faggots.
oh, I'm a
it's gonna work
boy."
if you calm the fucking shit down and stop interrupting me.
I'm not.
Well, after the guillotine comes down,
Right?
what's next?
So you guys continue moving forward, but you hear the sounds of shuffling and movement heading in your direction. Obviously, that trap was waiting for you to let them know you're coming.
I would tell them to come up. Stealth is not really gonna work anymore now that they know we're here. Thorvald. Thorvald, are you there?
What happened?
Oh my god.
I would tell them to come up. Since they're coming at us, I don't think stealth is going to work anymore.
I think his perception roll is pretty low there.
Obviously.
Natty 1.
Tell everyone else to come up then. Following
Okay.
up, is the do we think the trap is reset or was that like a one-off?
Oh, that was a one-time thing.
Okay, so I'll just say be careful about the giant hook swinging. But besides that,
Alright.
we're good.
All of a sudden, you hear a voice go, "Oi! What was that?"
That's me, the half elf.
Anyway, then you hear, "Oi, you two, check it out!"
Nothing has happened.
As you move up, you hear 2 entities begin to approach the stairs. You guys are currently about halfway up the stairs.
So like right here.
If you were using the map, yes.
Okay. So
Is unsheathing a weapon a free action?
What?
it's the
Is-
bonus action.
I thought it was a bonus to switch. It was free to pull out.
It's free to pull out.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Then I'm just
So, you notice two goblins crest over the top of the stairs. One of them turns around and goes, "Aye, boss! We got an intruder here!"
Well, like the cat's out of the bag on this one.
Yep.
And you hear from up there, "Then what you standing around for? Kill him!" The goblins begin to towards you.
Pull out short swords and ready attack.
Alright. And roll for initiative.
Fuck, if it would not fall off the fucking desk. 11.
Alright.
Mine's 17.
And I got
Okay.
8.
20 to 25 to 20.
No.
Nope.
Alright. 20 to 19.
Nope.
Or sorry, 20 to 15.
Yes.
Electra 17 and Tarval 18.
Orville. Electra. Okay, 15 to 10.
Me, 11.
Alright. And I forgot to roll for,
Jackie.
Jackie. His initiative,
Forget he's even here.
because he's not.
That's
Austin, I should have had you play, Jackie.
Give him something to do.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Why don't you go ahead and play, well, I guess.
grinding that.
Oh, his character sheet's in the chat, so he can just pull it up and start playing as Jackie.
You're, are we close?
Actually, incredibly close.
Okay.
Depending on, well, it depends on your party.
Fuck. I mean, I can come back next Friday. I'll just say I got 100 XP for taking a nice long nap.
Oh, that's not what's happening. Okay. You crest up the top, or you crest up the top of the stairs, and see a creature that is certainly not a goblin. Much bigger, and seems to be more armored, and has a pet wolf with him that is also much more armored than the ones that you saw earlier. I want everyone to go ahead and make a perception check.
Mm. 8.
4.
Thank God.
Electra.
Electra can hear the sounds of a muffled voice that seems to have like something either stuffed in his mouth or wrapped around his face, going woo woo woo.
You mean, ah.
Yeah, one of the only times I was happy to have my mic cut out.
Alright.
But it seems to
Whatever
be coming
that
from
is.
the back area behind the barrels and a rock pillar.
I heard something, but we'll have to take and wait and see about these enemies first.
Alright. So, Orval, you're up first.
Okay. I will use my... Let's see here. I will... No, I don't want to. I'll use my action to disengage, and then go back here. And then that'll be my turn.
Alright.
Plus,
Just letting you know, if you move all the way back there, you would no longer have line of sight of, anyone.
Anyone?
Because these stairs go up about 30 feet.
No.
And they're kind of back from the top.
Let me see then. Is this walkable terrain?
You can squeeze through there moving at half speed.
I mean,
You know what? I'll go in and disengage and come back here because I really don't want to be on the front lines right now. So I'll just wait and see. So
Alright.
I'll just go in and disengage and go back.
plus.
Electra.
Just one moment, please. I'm looking
Well,
at something.
We're gonna probably move
Well, go on and move me up in between the two enemies. Right here.
Okay, so
What number is he and what number is that?
this one's number 4, this one's number 3.
How many, what blast balls?
Let's just make it so your allies have advantages on attacking. And then use just
I'm going to use Divine Smite.
No. You attack, and then if you hit, then you use the dice. It's difficult. So which one?
Number 3. I'm going to attack number 3.
Okay.
10,
16.
16.
16 hits.
Okay, do you want me to transfer?
Yeah.
Since she hit, she's gonna go on and use Divine Smite as a bonus action.
Okay. I don't know what that does.
It,
It's powerful as poop.
yes, actually. Divine Smite is whenever she hits, she gets to add.
I think it's a
If I can
D8.
find it.
I think.
I think it's D8, but I just want to make sure.
I will tell you this: Divine Smite on her class at levels 1 through 3 is the most single turn damage you can do.
It's 2d8s extra damage.
Oh
So
shit!
roll-
Jesus.
So you get to
Oh
roll.
my God,
Well,
Yeah.
you roll.
You will do more damage than any other class and any other combo abilities, unless someone has some sort of stupidly powerful staff that can cast a higher level spell. It is the most damage you can do.
She's gonna do 1 physical and 8 divine damage to him.
Alright. Oh, wow.
Oh wow!
Wow. You guys just got so lucky.
What?
You'll see. Holy shit, you guys just got so lucky. Anyway, how much damage?
Total of
9.
9 damage, but 1 is physical and then 8's divine. I don't think it really matters, but
Does she not have
So
any
9 on-
additions to her attack?
yeah, but she rolled a 1 and then a 2.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean,
So
you
it
have to
could
merc
do the most damage.
It has the most at level 2. I don't know about that.
Okay.
Level 2. Can't really.
So, which one is she doing the 9 damage to?
Number 3.
The 3. Number 3. So, her sword glows with a radiant... She clutches her... with a shield in one hand, she clutches her holy symbol and focuses her energy on the longsword, and it starts to glow with this radiant heat and just cleaves down on this goblin, cutting it in half from head to groin.
I end my turn also.
And that was the goblin number 3.
Yep.
Goblin number 3 has been vanquished.
Oh, I thought it was so high.
Next up is Jackie. Jackie will...
Thought Austin was playing as Jackie.
No.
We're about to get him, I would assume.
Jackie will run up here
You hear muffled singing.
and attack Goblin number 4 with a short sword.
Shorts.
Yes, the short sword.
And will
Some more
hit...
shorts.
You can use... Well, you
This is a short sword. Doing 5 damage.
Oh yeah, he's not level 3 yet or whatever.
Yeah, once he hits level 3, it'll be all fists.
He'll throw the sword before he stabs someone in the face. With his fist.
And then we'll use his bonus action to strike with his palm. And will critically fail.
Damn.
So he will strike with it. He will slash the goblin and leave a nice big open wound on his chest, and then retaliate with a punch. And in doing so, the goblin kind of weak-heartedly grabs at Jackie's fist. Jackie's terrible strength. Oh, but he rolls a natural 20. Goblin grabs his fist, trying to hold him there, but using his strength, he's able to rip out of the grasp of the goblin, keeping himself from being grappled by him. Next up is the Pet Wolf. Pet Wolf, seeing this armored person kill one of his friends, is going to run up and attack Electra. And he will actually get advantage. What is your AC?
19.
Alright. You will miss.
Come at me, bro.
Do you want to use that one, or do you want to use
Let's see. Next up is Adrian.
I will move my ass over here, and I will attack Goblin 4 with my short sword.
Shot side.
your AC?
16 to hit.
16 hits.
Damage is a d6. 8 damage, piercing.
Okay. So you run up to the goblin, and you take your short sword and just shove it in his gut. And he just kind of looks at you with these eyes of shock and pain as he slumps forward, his body dead.
Alright, and I will use my bonus action to pull out my bow.
Alright.
And that one my turn.
Next is going to be the big guy. The big guy is just going to charge forward. And... alright. The bugbear will smack Electra with a morning star. What is your AC?
19.
He hits. Healing. Holy shit. Dealing 14 damage. And that will be his turn.
Who's up next?
Oh, that's right. I want Alistair to make a strength saving throw, or to make a strength check.
Oh, Jesus.
He's a bard, it's
Hold
probably
on.
like negative 20. Unless it is
Uh.
strength of vocal cords.
Should have probably told me this. Ugh. Okay.
One's the D20. Here.
Just copy and paste him an entire set.
He has more than enough dice on his table.
Yeah, I just don't have anything open because I've been sitting here for fucking 3 hours. Yeah.
Only 2.5.
Well,
Okay.
saving throw or check?
Just a check. Just a check.
Yeah.
Thorvald, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to...
It's because you're a half elf, not a full blood.
Ooh. Wow, that's racist.
Yeah. Freaking racing this shit.
Hey,
Bitch.
hey, it's part of half elf. They're looked down by both cultures.
Down your mother.
I'm going to use Dissonant Whisper on the big guy.
Which does.
I'm looking for the exact wording.
Dissonance Whisper. I closed that on my sheet because I got one. Never mind.
Dissonant Whisper. He needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
You whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of your choice within range can hear. Bracken with terrible.
Okay.
Wisdom
You rolled a
throw,
natural
failed
20.
saving throw.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, he got it. He's fine.
he's good.
So, then... Okay, so half the damage. So.
Now, even though it was a natural 20, he still takes half damage.
Right.
Okay.
Never
I
really missed it.
I didn't know if, since it was a, crit natural 20, if it was no damage or anything.
So 5 psychic damage.
I will, most of the time, I mean, sometimes I might change it up if I'm feeling bored, but most of the time it just, a natural 20 just means an automatic success.
Yeah, I mean, at least with spells, they shouldn't miss.
Right.
He takes 5 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then, as a bonus action, I will cast Bane on the wolf in him. Because I
Alright.
can do it at will. It doesn't cost an actual action for me.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure that's
At will doesn't mean that you can cast it whenever. At will just means that it doesn't cost a spell slot.
Just take a look at it, see if it's bonus or action.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. What are you using to be able to cast it?
I have the Thief of 5 Fates trait, well, invocation.
Thief of 5 Fates. You can cast Bane once. A lot of spells.
You can cast it once and you already cast it?
Yeah, so you can't do it. You can't do it again until you finish a long rest.
Okay, never mind.
You have to use a warlock spell slot, whatever that means.
Okay. You can go, or whoever's next.
Okay.
Should I make a saving throw?
Next is Electra.
Should I make a saving throw?
Who? What?
He really wants to get out of his shackles.
I really
you
want
already
to fucking
tried.
do something this game?
You tried and failed.
Yeah, well, I can try in 6 seconds.
You can try again on your turn.
Electra is
Did you
going.
roll for me?
You're at the bottom of the initiative order.
Which I'm almost at the top. I'm more fabulous than you can possibly imagine.
Well, you get. If you rolled for initiative, you would get disadvantage with no modifiers.
Hey, he could roll 2 straight 20s. You never know.
How much do I get?
The odds of that are so unlikely.
4 plus.
Oh my god!
Roll a 1. There you go. That's why you're at the bottom. Bottom. Hey, at least you did it. At least you rolled a 1 on an initiative in a fight you're not in.
That's true.
I got it out of my
Okay.
system.
So, Electra used a healing potion, gained some life back. And then she's going to attack the big guy.
Alright.
Wouldn't we want to take out the wolf first? General rule of group fights. Take out the small shit first.
I guess not.
Okay.
Hey, Austin, you want this to be your guy?
I am going to hit the big guy, and I've got 22. Does that...
22 hits.
Okay.
Trust me.
I'm going to be using Thunderous Smite.
Okay, so first, roll a d8. Right there.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even know you took parts of this map off. So
What?
I've just been staring at dice for like 3 hours.
Okay, so she deals 6 regular damage, and then
What is she using?
hold on,
Thunder
she does
Smite.
6 physical damage.
Is that a spell?
Yeah. It's if you hit. It's a smite ability. So it's 6. Okay, so it's 6 physical damage, 9 thunder damage, and he has to make a strength saving throw, or else he's knocked back 10 feet, and then knocked prone.
Okay, so she uses. So here's how this works. So she uses her bonus action to activate Thunderous Smite.
Is it a bonus action?
Yes.
Okay, so you can't do this. Could you use the plus bonus?
Gotta read your spells.
You read it. No, you didn't.
God damn it, Carmen Electra.
Wait, you didn't even add
He's
the
got the book, not
You
me.
didn't even add the modifier. So it's 9 physical damage.
Don't blame it on someone else just because you can't read.
Okay, 9 damage to the bugbear. Alright, you slash it. It takes a nice big slash, but still seems ready to fight.
Is it good to go?
It's GTG.
It's
That's
good
the
to
end
go.
of her turn.
Right. Next is Jackie.
Wait a minute. It says over here.
Jackie will make an acrobatics check to kind of jump around the fire. And okay, and you will successfully jump around the fire and get on the other side of the bugbear. And will strike with his short sword.
Plus it gets an advantage.
With advantage.
Doesn't matter, you rolled a natural 20 on the first roll.
Yeah. Powers of the big dick.
Dealing 9 damage.
I'm gonna send Logan a message.
What are you sending, Logan?
And then will strike with his palm.
He's gonna fist him.
Yes.
And hit doing 4 damage.
On one of Logan's finishing blows, he just needs to like mushroom stamp someone.
Alright, so comes up behind the bugbear and brings his short sword and stabs it into the side and pulls it out, leaving the thing starts bleeding profusely. And then right where he's stabbed, he punches, trying to make the hole bigger. And this thing is hurt. He is barely standing. Next.
LGDP.
Logan getting that pussy.
Okay.
Next up is the wolf. Wolf is going to
What the fuck?
fight at Electra again. What's your AC?
19.
19.
Barely hits. 6 damage.
Don't ties always go in player favor? Just
No.
okay.
The opposite.
What?
Think of your AC as a DC check.
Okay.
After the wolf is Adrian.
Alright, I will use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on Big Bitch.
On the big dude who's barely standing.
Oh, he's barely standing?
Barely standing.
Okay, well, never mind.
He's bleeding profusely from his side. He's taken a short sword stab, and then literally the stab got made bigger because Logan thrust his fist into it.
Then,
Local government development program.
then I will just attack Big Bitch. Rolling a 9.
To hit?
That
Yeah. Doesn't hit.
Miss.
Yeah, I know.
Well, hold on. Are you shooting at him with your bow?
Yeah.
You roll at disadvantage.
Oh, well, I mean, oh, there's a natty 20. Cool. 9.
Alright. 9 misses.
Disadvantage because Electra directly in front of me.
Disadvantage because the wolf is adjacent to you.
Huh? Why would that be disadvantage?
Read it.
What am I reading?
You're adjacent, if you're using a ranged attack, and you're adjacent to an enemy, you roll at disadvantage.
Oh. Okay. That I did not know. That is all for me.
Yeah, it's nothing.
You are within 5 feet of a hostile creature who is able to see you and is not unconscious.
Okay. Makes sense. I mean, sort of. Doesn't truly make sense as to why they have any effect on me, but in terms of the game, it makes
Apparently,
sense.
it affects your concentration.
Psh, no. Fuck that wolf. I ain't scared of that bitch.
I don't know why to tell you why Wizards of the Coast did that. Next is the Bugbear. Bugbear will swing at Electra. Wow, and he will hit. For 11 damage. And that will be his turn. Alistair. Make another strength check.
Come on. Natty 20. Break out and sing to your heart's content.
Me.
Austin. Strength check.
Oh my god.
what?
Strength check.
Forget it. Are you not even paying attention?
I've been sitting here for like 3 hours.
Doing what?
I don't know, fucking watching YouTube videos, playing games. I don't have much to do. I can't like add 12. Would you expect me to just sit here and just be like,
Pay
oh,
attention
maybe
to the story,
someday.
yeah.
Tell me the number.
Uh,
Count them up real quick.
Absolutely expected
14.
you to pay attention to the story. Okay. Next up is Thorval. You, Alistair, you, pull against your bindings, and you can feel that they almost give way, but just not quite enough.
You need a 15, bro.
I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast against the big dude.
Alright.
$15 versus AC.
15 just barely misses.
Okay.
That it?
Yep.
Alright. Next up is Electra.
I'm taking and hitting the big guy in front of me, and I got 21.
21 hits. How do you want to do this?
What number?
Well, I mean, like, is there any specifically you
Describe how you want to do it. Like,
I just want to cut him straight down from the top of his head all the way straight down.
alright.
Do it the opposite
So-
way. Do an uppercut from his
Oh,
nuts
yeah.
all the way up.
Yeah, we can do it that way too.
Okay. So, Electra
That's the one that hurts the most.
starts to bring her sword up to chop down and feints, bringing her sword for a full arcing swing straight up, driving it into the creature's groin and just thrusting all the way up, just screaming, "Ah!" And then with one swift motion, just, and the creature looking down, confused, slightly enraged, and in quite a lot of pain, splits in half as each section falls to each side. That'll make it Jackie's turn. Jackie will come up and attack the wolf. And we'll hit it. Dealing 5 damage.
He also has an advantage too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really matters.
Well, it might if he crits. Oh. Then he will attack it with his fist. That one will hit. Dealing 4 damage. Oh, he slashes and then punches the wolf. And the wolf looks like it's in pain, it's bleeding, but it's still standing. Adrian.
I will move my ass over here. And then I will shoot at the pet wolf.
Alright, the wolf will be able to take an opportunity attack against you.
That's fine. Go right ahead.
And will hit. Dealing 5 damage. Wait, oh, sorry, that's the wrong dice I just rolled. Seven damage.
Cool. Alright. 17 plus 7 minus 1.
23.
You hit.
Are you getting the -1?
I'm using a makeshift arrow, which is -1 attack, -1 damage.
It's 23.
Okay. Again, might fucking help if I rolled the right goddamn die. 7 plus 2?
9.
9 piercing?
-1.
No, I have a +3, I just did +2.
Okay. Alright, so your arrow strikes, hits the wolf right in the eye, and it just plops over dead.
Bye-bye.
Alright, so everyone, go ahead and add 100 experience. And as you look up, or look around, as you look around the area, you notice that there's, a campfire, a bunch of, storage shit. And then in the back of the place, you hear muffled sounds like someone is tied up and gagged.
Well, first we want to check out that. The sound.
Right. So I guess it's you, Adrian. You come up to the muffled sound, and notice that it is a half-elf. As soon as you guys, as soon as your eyes meet, the half-elf has a moment of recognition. He sees your face and starts to
Do I know him?
I speak
History
through
check?
the mind. I speak through the guy's mind and be like, "Do we know you?"
Okay. Speak into his head, and Alistair, you hear in your head,
Do we know you at all?
voice of
Seems like you
Thor.
know us.
I don't know shit.
I can see that. That explains why you're tied up and gagged.
I'm just in that kinky shit.
Well, I mean,
Can I do a history check to see if I have met him?
Do
know
it. Do
him?
it. Do an
You know about
insight.
that kinky shit?
Do an insight check.
Insight?
Yeah, an insight check
Okay.
with advantage. All right. You get the feeling that this is strangely, he seems to be like the mannerisms of the gnome wizard that you were traveling with. It's as if the gnome wizard was actually this guy using an illusion spell to keep his true visage hidden from the group.
Alright.
I say we leave.
What?
I say, creation of
What?
the tent.
I was thinking to myself. Sorry, did I think that out loud? Anyway,
I'm gonna go over and untie him.
Alright. You, the ropes that are binding his hands and, pull the gag out of his mouth.
Thanks, bro. I've been sitting here for like 4 fucking hours.
Hey, why'd you leave the campsite, dum-dum?
Because I heard this voice of this asshole tell me to go here. And apparently I was transformed, and unbeknownst to me, forcing me into a storage position that I not necessarily agree with.
Look,
That's
motherfucker,
beside the point.
if you would have conferred with me before before we started, then we could have talked about how this was gonna go, but you didn't.
I was just gonna
Suck
say
this up.
we don't have to like do this whole thing. We just change it because all we did was literally one battle, and I said
That's not gonna happen.
KK. So, I'm up.
Find out that
Good.
he left camp to go take a leak and ended up getting blindsided and captured by a group of goblins.
They told me to come inside their cave for a good time, and I misunderstood the word come, and, one thing led to another.
Alright, well,
This chest actually here?
Yep,
Well,
there is a treasure chest.
everybody spread the
since
room
we
and
know
search.
who that is- Yeah, since we know who that is, there's really no point in, like, interrogation or anything like that. Actually,
I mean, you can still interrogate him if you want.
I will outroll you on this. My fucking
Or-
intimidation, persuasion. I'm a fucking bard.
Well, to
Don't
be
even
fair,
try.
there's two of
Or-
us, so you would have disadvantage.
or just let me look into your mind and then I can tell you if you're lying or not, so...
Look into my soul.
I mean, you can resist it, but I'm not gonna go too deep.
You know I like resisting.
Oh, really?
We all know that you are handcuffed.
So, yeah, I mean, what do you think the gag was for?
Anyway,
Gag and
I
chain,
please-
yeah.
I place my hand on the half-elf's head, and I peer into his mind.
And you hear, ooh,
Are you letting him do this?
you can do whatever you want.
Alright, he's not resisting you. What would you like to know?
Everything
Ooh,
from
I'm not
tier 1 to
resisting.
tier 3.
You're free to rape.
I don't know the way you're talking.
Everything from tier 1 to tier 3, so like basic emotions all the way down to backstory kind of shit.
Alright,
Go.
Austin,
Want.
give it up. Backstory. We want your backstory, your emotions, people you know, why you're here.
Right now, feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty
What's your backstory? Where are you
pretty
from?
solid
Where
on
did
me.
you live?
I'm a half elf, and I lived in a little half elf village
What's
where
the name?
Torville, and it was a pretty town where many a minstrel passed by, where I learned the ways of the great bard Kesha and Barry Manilow. And I became an excellent singer and dancer. And I went out and decided to have my own adventure. And I decided that gnomes were pretty sweet. So I transformed into a gnome.
Alright, Keith, is there anything else you want to know? His mind is yours to pry.
Yeah, just get right in there. Just shove your mind inside of mine.
I'm just gonna dig a little to the point where it actually starts to hurt, and then just pull out. In that order.
Alistair, you take 1d4. You take 3 psychic damage.
I take 3 psychic
Take
damage.
3 psychic damage.
Oh, shit.
Must
From
have
just how hard he pried your mind for it.
I'm sorry, it must have been
So
your
hard.
first time.
That wasn't my first baby.
Oh god.
I'll tell you now, I got 10 more tentacles where that came from.
Alright, enough of this.
Show me a dinner, buddy.
Search the
That
room.
happened. Okay, searching the room.
I'll do the investigation check. I got fucking stupid high roll on that one.
You find,
Or apparently I won't do an investigation check.
well, I mean, are you looking for something specific?
Looking for Cool shit.
You find that this is just a kind of general supply area where they keep food and other stuff. You guys can go ahead and add 6 days rations.
Is there any food we can like quickly eat? Get some health back?
You don't really get health back from food, but
Totally
you can take a short rest.
I don't want to do that.
There's just barrels and boxes of food, as well as a chest.
What's in the
I
chest?
I do say we take a short rest here, though.
Yeah, because I only have one.
Okay, if you take a short rest, then I will play my
Song.
Song O Rest.
You get everyone heals an extra D8. So Austin, roll the D8, and everyone.
D6.
Is it D6? I guess it's a D8 as you level. It
I was about to say D8.
It
like,
just
ranks
says
again.
Song of Rest. Each of those creatures you gain an extra 1d6. Now, do
As
you
you
want to
level
do it
up.
individually, or
No, just roll 1d6, and then everybody gets that.
Before we rest, what's in the
Everybody
an
gets
chest?
extra 4 health?
Are
Okay.
you opening the chest?
Do we have to do it? Yeah.
Alright. You try to open the chest, but it's locked.
Okay, I'll try to pick it.
Do you have a set of thieves' tools? You really? Alright. And
And this guy.
roll a sleight of hand check.
Jesse, you sound like legitimately like surprised by that.
I am legitimately surprised that a bard has a set of lockpicks.
Do I get all of it?
Hey, he's got to break in your window, hop in your room, and serenade you with a song.
One we did, one.
God damn it.
Fail.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Would you roll?
I rolled a 2.
Alright, you try to pick the lock, and you hear a dink as you notice that one of your lockpicks is now broken.
Can you pass the tools on to me and let me try?
Yeah.
Or is that a thing?
You have proficiency with thieves' tools?
Do you need it proficiencies in that?
Yes, you do. To be able to use a set of tools, you have to have proficiency in them.
Then never mind.
Does everybody have one like that?
What about?
So since we're taking a short rest, everyone can use their hit dice to regain life, by the way.
Yeah, I just went back to.
You also regain an extra 4 dice. 4 hit points.
4 hit points plus whatever you. You're welcome.
Well, I didn't
Yeah,
really
thank-
need your die, but
I regain level 8,
What about the,
Seven.
no,
I am God.
Since we're taking a short rest, can we do some leveling up things while we wait for you to tell?
That
the
is
next
a
story?
long rest.
I don't want my hooks and spells.
trust me, buddy, I want my
We'll do
arc-
leveling up over the week again. It just takes too much time.
Never.
For you, maybe. I already know how my level is gonna go.
I was about to say, I kind of already have everything planned out to where I literally just need to write it down then.
I'm just gonna assume that I'm level 3. I'm not gonna level up to level 3, but I will make that decision. Did you hand out XP, Jesse?
You should
I
have
did.
950 XP.
Well, no.
Wait,
Your
let's see.
XP is going to be different than everybody else's.
yeah, they should have 950. Me and
No.
Adrian have 1,000.
you guys have, you and Adrian has 1,000, and me and Jackie and Austin has 950.
Well, I just said.
No.
I literally just said that. I said 950
Yeah, everyone-
for everybody except for that.
Everyone got 100 XP from that last fight. I don't know if you calculated that yet or not, but
Yeah, I did.
Alright, so now me and Keith are at... Wait. Did you already hand out that
You're
100 XP?
I did.
Okay, you were just reiterating it. Gotcha.
I was reiterating it.
Okay, my bad. I'm at 1,000.
We don't get our next level till 2,700 hit points. I mean, 2,700.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing?
Taking a short rest and gonna head back out and explore the rest of the cave.
Across the bridge.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, how long is a long rest?
8 hours.
Is 8 hours, unless you're not having anyone watch. Keep watch.
Does anybody have any of the... Is there any way we can check the chest? Other than...
Can we try to
Can we
check
take
it
a
again
short
after
rest,
the
and
rest?
can I try it again? Yeah. Can I try it again after said rest?
But you have 5 lockpicks in every thieves' tools. So you just have one broken one now.
Oh, well then, attempt 4 more times.
Okay, I will go again.
Okay. Roll. Sleight of hand check.
Slide it in. Third from the bottom.
13.
13. You feel out the tumblers, but just you can't seem to be getting it. It seems to be beyond your ability to
But no broken pick.
no broken pick, but
Try it again.
Mine is 20.
Well,
Okay, well she can go.
She doesn't have proficiency.
Thieves' tool, so she wouldn't be able to use them. I would assume. I don't know. Does a paladin have proficiency in thieves' tools?
I don't think they're these tools. Let me see.
Oh, that's
I
a
highly
broken.
doubt it.
Break another one.
Yeah, you don't have any proficiency in these.
So mark down that you have 2 broken lockpicks.
Is 4 broken?
Are you adding your sleight of hand modifier?
The last one I rolled was a 1.
I know, but are you adding your sleight of
This would
hand
be a-
modifier?
Yeah, this would be a 10.
10? Not broken, but it's still not unlocking.
Do you have proficiency in these tools, Austin?
He has
Yes.
to if he's using them. 16.
22.
22. After a while, you finally tink, and it unlocks.
2.
Inside, you find
Inside you find?
hold on.
Okay. Didn't know if your mic cut out.
I'm trying to math.
Math is hard.
It's easy.
Find 100 gold pieces.
I already have the other 100 gold. Do you want me to add it to this?
Yep. You can be treasure, and then whenever we get to a city, we can equally distribute it. To spend as needed.
As
Okay.
well as 2 pure black onyx stones worth 50 gold each.
Okay.
Give it to her as well.
Also inside, you find 4 items. The first one is a wand of some sort.
Ooh.
Arcana check?
Go ahead and roll for an Arcana check.
Okay, sweet.
I'll do the same.
Well, you assist him, so Austin, you get advantage. advantage, so roll again.
Yeah.
26.
You learn that it is a Wand of the War Mage +2.
If
Explanation.
nobody else wants that, I will gladly take that.
All yours as far as I'm concerned.
Next item you find.
Hold on, depends. Before we go to the next one, do bards actually use wands or implements, or do they just use their instruments as kind of like their implement of choice? How does that go? And I'm actually asking,
I
Alistair.
think you can probably use. You can. I mean, you can use the wand.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I
You
know.
would have to have it in your hand, though.
I don't
Yeah, because I was about to say, in
Oh.
why is the critical
You might wanna-
rolls-
You might want to give this one to Alistair.
why
I
is
think
that?
you're going to want the next one.
Oh, okay.
I can't use it.
You can use it.
Yeah, anyone can use
I
a
can.
wand.
I was about
Uh,
to say, I consider this simple.
Bards can attune themselves to anything that wizards and sorcerers can.
Okay.
Oh, so I can just be like +2 to my. Is that +2?
So basically, whenever you
Yeah,
want to
okay,
use a
+2.
So what Wand of the War Mage does? Go. Fucking. Okay, Wand of the War Mage. You're gonna want to write this down. While holding this wand, you gain a +2 bonus to attack rolls determined by the to attack rolls when using this wand. In addition, you ignore half cover when making a spell attack.
Ooh, that's nice.
With a flick of my magic wand, your troubles will soon be gone.
Okay.
True.
Next item you
Got a
find
magic wand
rod.
for you.
Is it the Rod of Ages?
it's
It's called Logan's
absolutely-
rod. It's like 10 feet long.
This one's infinitely smaller.
Alright, what is it?
You're gonna
Oh,
roll
Austin, Arcana check with advantage.
Yeah, I'll help him out again.
Okay.
Oh, the horse buttercups. I am writing down my wand. Lineage. It's- +2, right?
It is +2.
Ooh, it's rare.
Yeah. You guys got literally the best. I rolled randomly to see what and how much treasure you would get. You got the best rolls I could possibly roll.
Good.
For this level, or
What?
for this level, or just in general?
For this level, for this challenge range.
Gotcha.
Don't trust me. You're not going to be finding any legendary items in this chest.
I sure hope not.
You sure hope not.
I don't want the game to be too easy, right?
Oh, I mean, if we find legendary shit, just puts in more fucking monsters next time.
Yeah, suddenly a dragon comes in. It's like,
Yeah, let's not.
sword.
Let's not do that at level 3. please.
22.
okay. You learn that this is the Rod of the Pact Keeper. It can only be attuned to a warlock.
Yeah, that's mine.
While holding this rod, you gain a bonus to spell attack rolls and to the saving throw DCs of your warlock spell, equal to the rarity, which is +2. In addition, you can regain one warlock spell slot as an action while holding the rod, and you can use that once per day.
So essentially, I get an extra spell slot with it. Is that what that's trying to say?
Once per day.
Yeah, once per day you get an extra spell
regain
slot.
But
one
still, I mean,
with
you
an
gain
action.
them.
You have to use an action and you get a spell slot back.
But you could just do that in between rounds.
Yep.
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 Okay. The
Can
next
you-
item,
Can you tell me again what it does real quick? I'm writing it down.
just look up Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Okay.
Have that, that file saved somewhere.
It's in Discord.
Yeah,
it's
I just
further
looked up mine and just copy pasted it.
Gotcha.
Alright. The next item you find is a small ring.
Austin, do your thing. Unless Jesse's just gonna tell us what it is.
At this point, you can just find out what it is.
Okay, yeah, because I rolled an 18 plus 6.
Yeah.
20.
It
Tell
is
me
called
your
the
secrets.
Ring of Animal Influence.
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. So I will, I'll read you what Ring of Animal Influence does is, this ring has 3 charges, and it regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. While wearing the ring, you can use an action to expend one of its charges to cast one of the following spells. Animal Friendship, with a save DC of 13. Fear, targeting only creatures that have an intelligence of 3 or lower, with a save DC of 13, or Speak with Animals.
I can see that either going to Keith or me. I really don't necessarily have an interest in it.
I mean, if someone speaks to animals, if you're a fucking baller, is that going to make any difference? Because I think it should make a difference.
Not really, because animals don't really... Charisma doesn't really affect animals for the most part.
It's intelligence for nature and whatnot.
Okay, so, I mean, even if you're suaver than, like, bathtub full of Old Spice, it's not going to
Yeah.
make a difference. Okay.
Not really. I mean, the creature has an intelligence of 3.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's me.
Well,
I
anyway,
mean, you can try and get sexy with a wolf, but...
while we squabble...
I don't
and
have
we
to
get
try.
that, well, let's just assume the
There's-
bard isn't getting it. So, who...
There
what,
is
there any-
one more item at the bottom of the chest.
Okay.
It is a sword.
Oh yeah, me.
This sword is called the Giant Slayer.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
gain
It sounds like a
think
bard
the ring
weapon.
Here.
What?
I think the ring should go to the ranger.
Okay. What was the ring's name?
Ring of Animal Influence.
Because you have
Wish
the
I
name.
actually decided on gnome, because then I could have a giant slayer sword.
Anyway, the Giant Slayer sword. You gain a +1 bonus. It's a Giant Slayer longsword, so
The one-handed sword.
yeah. You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon. When you hit a giant with it, the giant takes an extra 2d6 of the weapon's damage type and must succeed on a DC 15 strength saving throw or fall prone. For the purpose of this weapon, giant refers to any creature with the giant type.
Oh, so as long as they're just big ass things.
As long as their creature type is giant.
Giant slayer.
So ogres,
I
trolls.
mean, like size type, or
no, like their creature type
Creature.
is giant.
Okay.
So storm giants, rock giants,
What was its name again, Jesse?
giant slayer.
Okay.
Hey Jesse, was this on this 5th equipment or 5th edition equipment sheet? This ring?
It's in the Dungeon Master's handbook.
Do you have a PDF on that? Or did you just read it from the book?
I
I'm
had
literally
one,
just
I
reading
said
it out of the book.
Jesse. Oh, actually, I still might have one.
And
I
what
have,
is the DC saving throw on that sword against giants?
15.
No, that's all 4.0 stuff. But is it 4.0 that you're?
I'm literally reading out of the 5th edition Dungeon Master's handbook.
When did 5th edition come out?
Yeah, February of last year.
Been a lot of 4 stuff.
Alright. Jesse, can you reread the ring for me? Or never mind, I can just look it up on Google, I'm sure it's somewhere.
If you want to see what the ring does, it's on page... on page 189 of the handbook.
Jesse, would a Goliath be considered giant?
Yes.
I thought so.
Goliaths would be considered giant.
189?
189.
Of the player handbook?
No, of the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Oh, yeah, okay. I don't has that, so I gotta look for the PDF.
Do we all agree that Electra wants the sword, or would the monk want the sword? Wait,
No.
Monk's gonna be
The
using
monk does
fists.
not want that sword. Yeah. Well, plus
don't
the
use
that's how
swords.
it deals with- Yes.
A long sword is not a monk weapon.
Does not have. So basically, just get rid of it. And the whole. Yeah, the whole.
Deep breath. Oh.
Why are you dying?
Inhale, man.
You're an idiot.
It happens. You've never done that.
No.
Hey, Jesse, what's the weight on that ring?
Fucking, like, maybe half an ounce?
Okay.
You don't have to calculate the weight for the ring.
Okay.
Do your
thing is,
calculations.
So get rid of this one too.
Keep the 2 ages because it is a long sword. That's just like versatility.
I got this like fixed.
Plus 7 insulation. Basically easier for you to hit, and it has a special or giant archetype. So, what now?
Where Austin go? Okay.
Alright. so I guess Austin died.
There he is.
Okay, well. I managed to break it. Let's see if I can break it again.
How about you don't?
No, okay, that works.
Down here, just right down the corner.
That's
Down.
one for the bonus and technique.
Okay, I'm uploading the
Nice.
Dungeon Master Guide
Do it. 2 extra pieces.
in PDF format.
And hitting giant
Just put
height.
down giant flaming down happening giants. 2 extra pieces. And must succeed successful to. Well, now, what's next? Do we want to continue, or what are we going to do?
I actually think this is a good time for us to go ahead and stop for today.
Well, if we want to stop,
Okay.
then we just want to declare a long rest so we can level up.
Yeah. Let's go on and do that.
Alright, perfect. So, the group can take a long rest. Jesus fucking Christ. That scared the ever-living fuck out of me. You, sir, are a cunt.
Oh, Jesse, here's the really cool one. It's a book that's apparently super hard to find. It's called The World's Largest Dungeon. It's an older D&D book that was made for creating scenarios. And it's an 857-page book that is just completely full of different scenarios and creatures.
Holy shit.
See, but here's the thing. I create my scenarios based off of the maps that I have.
But I think they have drawn-out maps for you.
Yes, but can they get turned into maps on Tabletop Simulator?
No, but there is individual pieces that you can place.
I might try
There's
it
that
out.
tile set one that you can make out like individual tiles.
Yeah, I might try it
Okay.
out.
2x2 wall.
Woo! Another successful game of D&D.
Yeah.
I have no idea if it's going to allow